Hi guys, today I'm going to show you my entire island, which is very big. So I've just started here at probably the most sparse bit of my island. Oh, let me just go back there, hold on. This is, actually, why not, I'm here now, so I may as well show you it. This is my house. It's got 2 floors. As you can see from the outside, it kind of takes inspiration from that old Minecraft house from the Minecraft handbooks. Looks like this. There's a pretty cool roof on it, but I'll show you that later. On the downstairs, you've got furnaces, and over here's my crafting area and painting and stuff. Not very interesting. And then over here, there's my kitchen, where I use cooking table, pretty good. All my teleporter pads are here, so there's places like, well, I'll show you all those places. But yeah, there's also some trophies here, and then up here, you can see, inside here, there is my golden bathroom, which is very epic. And then you got a random egg, turkey couch, all my other furniture here. I keep some of my valuable stuff in here, so when I go to online islands and they do 10 coins, then I don't get it stolen off me. Like, oh, okay. I probably must have took them out, because there are some valuable things. Like, see, there were those presents. Those are pretty rare. I've got a first year trophy, which is also pretty rare. And then I've based my entire bedroom off spirits. You may not know this about me, but I really love spirits, and I also love Cletus, which is why I have this cool golden Cletus statue. But I do love spirits. Moving on, let's go this way. This is where I keep my horses. I was going to make it a swimming pool about here before I even built this house. And you can still see the remains of that there. And I think I was going to try and make it again here. But I have no idea what happened there. Okay, moving on. So this is just like a random platform. But it does lead on to this new farm that I made that's... Oh yeah, it's copper farms. I think I was going to turn this into like something with great story. Wait, what on earth's happening there? Is it falling off? What's happening? Oh my gosh. That's actually kind of funny. I should probably stop that from happening. Oh, it's still happening. That was a bad sentence. Don't want my copper dropping out of my chests. Anyway, I forgot to mention this. Here's my stone cutters. This is one of my old houses. It looks horrible when I have my horse, so I'll dismount for now. This is a security safe that I bought. I think it's just a storage, but I don't know. Can it store as many as possible? Yeah, I think it can. So that's interesting. Up here is where I used to keep my chests, but it's not very big. It's also like a watchtower, I guess, but I never actually used it for that. And if I just get back on my horse here. This is my coal and... Oh, okay. I'm really bad at this game. I haven't played it for ages. I'll tell you the story of why it took me so long to come out with this video now, since I'm just going to go over my clay farm, my iron farm, and my coal farm. So basically, a while back, I tried to record this video. But actually, no, even before that, I wanted to make this video for a really long time, and I finally willed myself to do it, because it's kind of a big project, because it's a really big island. And and I did manage to finally do it, but then the entire video was took up by Discord pings, and I had no way of getting rid of that, which basically just ruined the entire video, and I'm having to film it all again, and I've only just got the motivation to do it. But you know, that's just what happens. I haven't looked over this yet, so I'm... Oh. And what a surprise, I've fallen over again. Right. This is going to happen quite a lot today, isn't it? It's nighttime, which means it's not as great to look at things. I should really light up my island, shouldn't I? Anyway, moving on to here. This is my manual vegetable farm. This is where I used to keep my chickens before I got rid of them for some reason. More manual crop farm. Crystalline Ivy's got like one purpose, I don't know why I have it. Another thing I used to try and use for animal care. We'll go right back out to here. Fun story about this. in private servers, you're able to see your friend's islands. So me and my friend built out to try and reach each other's islands, and you can't quite reach them, which is a real shame, because we spent so many blocks trying to get there. But yeah, and this is also a place where I used to keep some animal care things. You see, I've always not actually been that effortful in animal care. Random tree here, I don't know why. I must have planted it, and that's about that for that direction. I just said that very many times in a sentence. I talked about the swimming pool that was failed. I've been trying to collect every single portal, and I've already done the desert one, and you can see I've made a little island for it. This is my old farm that I used to have when, you see, I was a little noob. This is my first house that I ever built, which is pretty interesting. It's now where I keep all my sawmills. Well, at least half my sawmills. The other half is like... Or maybe no, yeah, there's some here. But yeah, I'm glad that I haven't destroyed it. And I've said I would, so here's the roof of the house. Pretty crazy. May as well go around the back just so you can see it. It looks like that, which is pretty cool. Took a while for me to build this. You can tell that I've had a bunch of houses before. And if you've seen the loading screens, you can tell this is the old island structure before they updated it and made it so you have one small island and one big island. So yeah, I still have that. But I have, in the past, expanded this island so it goes all the way out here. And I'll show you the rest of that later. But it is pretty cool. I think I'm going to go over this bridge now. Here's a swimming pool that I did actually complete, which is pretty cool. It's pretty funny, the horse physics. You can, like, I don't know. It's a bit goofy. This is Void Island thing. I thought I was going to be able to cover all my Spirit Island things with Void grass, and then it would look cool. But it turns out you can't actually plant Spirit trees on Void grass, so it would have looked really weird, because also it's offset. I'm so glad that I have a teleporter for there, otherwise that would be so frustrating. Right. But it turns out also, Spirit trees, their trunk isn't where it says their trunk is. So this one's trunk is actually on, I'm pretty sure, like this block or this block. It's not on the block that you'd think it is, which is really annoying because it means that the grass blocks just kind of stick out, which means I never really got to do that. But I was around when the Spirit Island got released, so that's why I have a huge Spirit farm made out of a bunch of islands. So that's why I've got that. You can tell all these islands are from the random generation of them. And let's go over this bridge again to this house, which was another one of my old houses. It's got barely anything in it now, except some other treasure chests which I keep things in. Do I keep things in here? No, not really. Do I keep anything in here? I was gonna try and make this into a general storage place, but I just haven't really gotten around to it. I swear there's some more up here. Yeah, there's some chests in here. No, literally nothing in these chests. Moving on from that, I think we're gonna go this way, behind this house, into the red bronze farm. And I don't really do red bronze that much, which is a bit of a shame. It's just really expensive to try and make, and you don't really get that much. I see I've only got 3 red bronze ingots from all that effort, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Unless you buy it, of course. So that's that. I'm gonna go along this flimsy little bridge to the wizard island that I have made for myself. I think this looks pretty cool. I gathered these blocks myself, and it's pretty cool. I guess. Random Davy, I guess. I've said I guess too many times here, haven't I? Right, I'm gonna backtrack on myself because I want to go down to here, which is my Slime Island portal that you probably had a peek of before. And here is my wheat farm that I had right at the start. I built this entire platform of wheat, and now I've made it into like an actual island. I don't think I actually finished the bottom. Oh, actually, I think I did, actually. This is a test totem that I bought when at the very start of when I started playing. And I still have it. and I've encased it in some glass to stop myself from selling it. I have put... Okay, this is going to take a little bit of explaining. So, back in the olden days, this entire platform was an onion farm. And then I realized that onions are really expensive to buy compared to how much they sold for. So then I switched to carrot farming, and then this entire space, including down here, used to be a carrot farm. And then I got bored of trying to farm it because it only gave me like 50k every time I did it. And it took so long and it was so tedious. So then I decided to make a huge automatic carrot farm. Remember, this is before prices changed, so carrot was, I think, the best valued thing. So I've made about, like, 30 layers of carrot, like, carroty goodness, and then this is basically nothing. And I've recently turned this entire tunnel here into glass, just so you can see all of the carrots drop down from the top of the farm, which I think looks really cool. And I think this is probably the craziest, most old mechanical thing on my island. It does make quite a lot of large crates of carrots. As you can see, it's a lot more efficient than the red bronze thing, at least. So that's the my epic carrot farm. Right in here, I forgot to mention, this is the thing that I built. This is the artificial island. So then I hollowed out the bottom of it so I can have a cave, which is pretty cool. I used to keep all my furnaces in here, but then it kind of got too small. So right now all I have in here is an animal bench. And if we go down here, I've recently hollowed this bit out so I can have this for my Bufferclaw Island portal, which also I think is a pretty cool little venue for it. Out here we have my stone totem farm, I guess, my stone farm. Which is, it's a shame that you can't just buy stone, but it is what it is, so I have a farm for it. I really need a sort of block that doesn't immediately break when you mine it, so I can make my farms on it, but I think I've run out of that. And here is my wooden farm, my wood farm. I've put a lot of thinking into it, except I didn't put a lot of thinking into the second row, so only half of those actually grow. I think I have a teleporter to the tree farm. Yes, I do. So I may as well just give it a quick harvest so I can show you how it works. It's probably not the most efficient tree farm, but I know they added artificial woodcutters, but I think I made this before that was added. And it's really just basic. You ride into this wall so that you don't fall off, and you can harvest 2 rows of trees at once. And yeah, that's basically the tree farm for you. I'm just going to make my way to the end of this. All those people with OCD, I'm sorry for only harvesting one way. Oopsies. I knew this would happen. Okay, we're going to go to True Spawn again. And we've already looked around this island. Or I went on a tangent on that island, but I didn't actually talk about this island. This island's where I've got my steel ingot factory. I still haven't got any steel presses, so I can't really make it into steel rods and that. I was going to do that eventually, but I just haven't had the time to do that. So it's still like this. I used to have this entire thing covered in plum trees after I got rid of the farms, but now you can see only these ones are covered in it. I keep my Godzilla trophy and my Underworld thing over here for safekeeping, I guess. And I may as well just go over to here. So this is where all my smelters are. I still haven't got like a automatic industrial smelter thing, because what happened to me was they always despawned when they were on the tracks, so it just caused more issues for me. So I just have small furnaces now, and then blast furnaces I have so I can get some steel rods non-automatically. And this was, I was going to try and make an efficient dragon fruit farm, but I gave up on that pretty quickly after realizing that trellises are really expensive. So that's a recap of down there. I'll go back up again and talk about this. This is the berry farm, which I think is one of the coolest manual farms there is, and it's probably the best manual farm in Ireland, because it replants itself, and you guys probably are used to like automatic farms, so you're probably saying, oh yeah, but you can probably just replant it with like all totems and all that. But this, it just replants itself without any totems, which is why it's probably my favorite farm other than my huge carrot farm. Even though now everything's inflated, it doesn't make me much money other than when I get some red berry seeds. They sell for about 20k, which is still not that much, but it's some nice money. I wish that crops still sold for enough that I would make money off this, because that would be really nice. But it doesn't. Right. I'm going to head back over this way, and here is my park. It's literally just a park, there's not much to it. If you come over here, then you can see that this is the final island, which has my original portal on it. And over here, I used to do some experiments with the roses to try and get like new types of roses. I think that all of the roses that I had were in my chests in my base though. And under here, there's this secret compartment that I have. But I think I was trying to turn it into something, but it's really too small for any of that. So yeah, nice little secret cave that I've had for a really long time. We've already gone over the tree farm. I hope I didn't sickle any of those. I should probably stop holding the sickle, shouldn't I? And over here to this island, where we have every single type of tree in the game, which is extremely cool. That's including this one, which at the time costed 1 billion coins. I'm not even kidding. I think things have deflated since a lot less people play this game now than before. But back in when I bought it, this cost 350 million, and then that cost 1 billion, which is really ridiculous. So I'm glad that it's gone down, but I'm also kind of sad that I bought it then. This is a really weird tree because I think it's never been updated, which is why it looks so weird. It looks really like out of place to the other ones, but it does look interesting at least. And here is a island that I tried to make when I was doing a build battle with one of my friends, and it didn't look very good. And you guys may not have noticed this yet because I've had my visuals down, so I'm just going to turn it up a little bit so you guys can see more of it. This is a birch tree farm that I was using when I was trying to get the trellises for the dragon fruit thing that I showed you a minute ago. And it goes all the way around the island, all the way back there. And there's also some maple trees. I was trying to do the Maple Island thing, but it's really weird, and I couldn't really get the hang of it. And I don't even know whether Fanhorn gives you anything interesting, so I never really got that into it. Anyway, I'm going to go over here now and visit this. This is my radish farm. I was going to try and make it as big as the carrot farm, but that's a bit of a big endeavor, as you can see. So I've only got it about this big. I only have like a couple of crates, sadly. But yeah, it's all right. Radish seeds are really expensive, so it's not like it's easy to do. I'm gonna make a quick visit over here just to tell you about this cool mega platform. I used this for experiments when I was trying to figure out how closely I could put pine trees together for my Wizard Island thing build, which I think is a good use of a mega platform. And I would make it bigger. However, when you place blocks too quickly, then Islands just kind of doesn't like you, and it makes you fall off and wait ages because it's still placing the blocks because it hasn't caught up with you yet. So then you have to wait in the void for about 5 minutes until it's placed everything, and then it redoes your progress anyways because it thinks you're hacking or something. But it is what it is, and at least this mega platform was pretty useful to me for what it was. And I think I have covered everything in this vicinity, so I'll head back over here for, I haven't covered this. So this is a shrine thing where I have planted every single type of seed. It used to have every single type of seed, but then it got outdated because they added a bunch more seeds. But now I have re-gotten every seed, and they're not updating the game anymore, which is sad, but it does mean I don't have to collect any more seeds. And, yeah, I made this a while ago. This is just a viewing platform that I made for it a while ago as well. And, oh, I haven't covered this yet. That's an important part of my island. So, back in the day, I had a lot of watermelons. Actually, this bit of the wheat platform was actually a watermelon bit. And that is why I have so many watermelons. And I managed to make this watermelon building out of it. And back in the day, I invited people to my island so that they would buy stuff off here. I had about 10 vending machines. I have sold them, sadly, but I did have them. And if I ever went pro, then I definitely would have had that as my shop. And I also had this parkour course, and I used to actually have my parkour leaderboard and all that stuff. I don't actually have the pass, so I just had to buy it off the stores. But it was a very cool parkour course whilst it lasted. I want to tell you more about this parkour course. So I think I used to update the parkour course, but not anymore, of course. Of parkour course. You can't make that jump. I think it was designed for being ridden by a horse, because otherwise you can't make jumps like that. But one final thing about the parkour course that I want to cover is that I'm just going to cheat by going over this farm so I don't have to try and complete the parkour course, because I'm really bad at parkour if you didn't know. But if we just go over here, oh, looks like I've cheated before, because this used to just be pegs and nothing else. But if you got to this at the end, when I still invited people to my island from there, then there was a vending machine that gave you something valuable for free. I think it was gold, and then there was also some roses and stuff around here. So that was like a little reward for beating it, which was pretty cool. I don't know what was going on over here, but yeah. So that's the parkour course. And I think that's pretty much about it. But one more thing I want to show you. I'm going to go to the top of the ladder, which is at the top of my carrot farm, and bump the graphics quality up to max. And you can just see everything that we've covered. Hold on, what's that? Oh, it's the roof of my old house. So yeah, you can just see everything from up here, and it's a nice little vantage point. So yeah, that's been my island. I'll probably expand it later, but for now, thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen, and goodbye!